Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a little bit longer than you would have wanted, but it's Football Manager 22 o'clock, finally. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Go Hammers. I'm Stubo. Thank you very much for joining me on my first FM 22 save. Yes, I know I'm way behind the times on this, but I'm finally here. I'm finally doing a first video on this brand new game. I say brand new, it's been out for a couple of weeks. On this brand new game, I am very excited to get going with this. As you can see, well, if you saw the last episode of my Aston Villa roundup thing, you will have seen at the end I did a little teaser. We are indeed the manager of West Ham United. Very exciting times indeed. I'm very much looking forward to this save. West Ham have got a very good team. Full disclosure, I've played probably 30 minutes of FM22, so you are going to be seeing me engage in the game for the first time. I've not encountered the data hub yet. I've not seen the new match engine properly. I've only seen it in other people's videos, so I'm very excited. Let's get into it. So, we have been confirmed as the club's new manager. 30 years old. Wish I was still 30. Recently spent time away from club football. Is sure to place plenty of question where he faces the media. First time at London Stadium. £43,500 a week. I would take that. Thank you very much. David Moyes has definitely left me with a lot to work with, in my opinion. Weird to see our reputation's only 3.5 star. Would have thought it would have been 4-star personally, but it is what it is. But we've obviously got the London Stadium, which was the Olympic Stadium when England hosted the Olympics in 2012. We've got a transfer budget of £8 million. That is more than I thought, actually. I thought it would be less than that, so maybe we can do something with that. But as you can see, we have won competitions before. We have won the European Cup Winners' Cup. We've won the FA Cup 3 times. We have won the Championship. Let's not talk about that. We've won the Community Shield. And we've also won the English Western League Premier Division in 1907. Don't think that's one we're going to be looking to win again. But we are in different competitions this season. So last season we finished 6th. And we have got all of these competitions as well. So what I am looking to do in this save, looking at the trophies that we've won here, kind of going into this with a bit of a blank slate, but I'm looking at the FA Cup and thinking if we can win an FA Cup, that'd be pretty cool. But my main aim, I want to turn West Ham into a Champions League team. Not necessarily a Champions League winning team, but I want us to get to that point. We're currently predicted to finish 9th. I want us to be predicted to finish 4th. I want us to get to that point where we are a regular Champions League winning team. I haven't necessarily got an exact amount of seasons I want to do this on. I'm thinking somewhere between 3 seasons and 5 seasons. I want this to be a little bit longer than the Dortmund save was. Obviously, that was cut short by this game coming out. So, I'm thinking 3 to 5 seasons. Let's try and win an FA Cup. Let's try and win a well, not even win a Premier League, but if we can win the Premier League, that'd be great. But I'm thinking, let's win a domestic trophy. Let's get us to a Champions League level team as well. That's the hope. Let's go 3 to 5 seasons. Let's see if we can do that. But, I mean, we've got great facilities. We've got a great stadium. Fierce rivals of Tottenham. I mean, the way Tottenham are in real life as this video is coming out. I think Antonio Conte has just been announced as the manager. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn things around. But right now, I think we can beat them. We'll go next and see what the current recommendation is for the squad. So, we've got Areola in goal, Kufal, Zuma, Ogbonna and Cresswell, Soucek and Rice in the midfield with Bowen, Fornals, Benrahma supporting Michael. Is it Michael Antonio or Michael Antonio? I think it's Michael Antonio. That is a good 11. That is a very, very good 11. I mean, we could just already have the pieces and we just need to develop it. I'm really interested to see some of these players closer up. Obviously, Jared Bowen's a very good player. Everyone knows Antonio is a solid striker. Ogbonna is pretty good. Zuma's come from Chelsea. Areola's come from PSG. But the main man is this man here, Declan Rice. He is going to be a very special player for us. I am determined to hang on to him. Let's go ahead to the next screen if the game will let me. We'll have a look at this stuff in more detail when we accept it. We'll ignore all of that as well. But let's just get through to the game. So, schedule a press conference yet? Inter-squad friendly yet? Arrange a meeting with the backroom staff. I'm not going to do the meeting every week. I'm going to do it every fortnight because, I don't know, I feel like every week's a bit excessive. So let's go with every fortnight. We can always adjust that as we go. But here we are. FM22. The game is here. We're playing it. later than everyone else. But yeah, we're going to have a look through some of this stuff. Obviously, we've got some players in the last year of their contract that we're going to need to sort out. The likes of Fabianski, Yarmolenko, obviously Mark Noble, Ogbonna, we need to be thinking about. I didn't realise Ogbonna was quite as old as he is, actually. So we need to have a look through this stuff. I am going to have a look through this stuff, but I'll look at it off camera. The main thing of this video is we're going to be meeting the squad, looking at what we're going to do with the squad tactically. Maybe identifying some areas that we need to improve on, see what we can use that 8 million on, and see if we can raise some funds as well. And then we'll be getting into games in the next episode, along with hopefully a few transfers as well. So I'm going to have a quick look around, have a look at the squad, get the lay of the land, and see how things are going. Before I do any of that though, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Click the little bell to keep notifications on as well, just to keep up with all of the Football Manager 2022 goodness. Okay, so here we are with the first team squad. I've got to say, I like the look of it. Obviously, there's a lot of players here that everyone knows are very, very good. You've got the like of Declan Rice, Thomas Soucek, Jarrod Bowen, Pablo Fornals, Michail Antonio has been fantastic last season and already this season as well. We've got Alphonse Areola on loan from PSG as well. We've got a good crop of players, but there are some players we could move on. I have put a few guys on the transfer list already. Ryan Fredericks is one of them, as is Manuel Lanzini and Andrew Yarmolenko. We'll try and move those guys on. They're not necessarily worth the most money, however, they're on big money in terms of wages, so I'm just thinking if we can get them out the door, we might just be able to raise some funds to bring some other people in, either on transfers or on loans. I am going to be looking to loan a couple of players in if I can. I haven't identified anyone just yet, but got a couple of names I'd like to bring in on the permanent. One thing we desperately need is a backup to Michail Antonio. At the moment, he is our only striker. If you look in terms of positions that can be played, he's the only one who can play as a striker. So we definitely need to do something about that. But that is the squad that we have to go with at the moment. In terms of tactics, this is what I'm thinking. It's going to be a vertical tiki-taka. I don't know whether necessarily that's the right thing to go with West Ham, but we're going to train it and give it a go anyway. But that's the starting 11 that I think is our best one at the moment, with Areola in goal, Kufal, Diop, Zuma and Cresswell in defence, Soucek and Rice in the middle, Bowen, Fornals and Benrahma. Benrahma? Yeah, Benrahma. I can't read today. Supporting Michail Antonio. I have got an idea on a striker who I would like to bring in. Whether we can or not is another matter. But I want to raise as much money as we can just to try and maximise our ability to bring players in. So if we were to sell Fredericks, Yarmolenko and Lanzini, that would probably be somewhere between 10 and 15 million, I reckon. We have had a few bids in for some of those players already. But if we can get those guys in, hopefully we can reinvest that money into the squad. In terms of what the board want from us this season, I think you've already seen it very briefly, but if we just go to Club Vision, you can see they want us to play attacking football, develop players using the club's youth system, sign players under the age of 22 for the future, don't sign old men, sign high reputation players. I did try and get rid of that one, but it is only desired, so we can probably get away with that one. They also want us to work within the wage budget. In terms of what they want from us this year, I think it's very achievable. First knockout round of the Europa League. The Premier League, they want us to finish mid-table. FA Cup, they want us to get to the 5th round. And the Carabao Cup, they want us to get to the 4th round. Basically, go through 2 stages of the FA Cup. And I think that's 1 stage of the Carabao Cup, maybe. Something like that. So that should be doable depending on who we get drawn against. I think we should be alright. Worries me that we have to become self-sustainable. So that indicates to me that the club is not necessarily that good in terms of its finances. I mean, it only says secure. It doesn't even say anything now. It did say secure before. It doesn't even say that at all. We've only got 35 million in the kitty, so that does mean we have to be very, very careful on the money that we spend. If we have a look at debt and loans, they've got a bit of transfer debt. They've got quite a bit of net debt. So we do have to keep an eye on that when we're making transfers. Normally, I'm throwing money on the never never as much as I can. You can tell I watch Lelujo a lot because he uses that phrase. But you can just tell that they've used a lot of installments and stuff, and we need to probably be a little bit careful on that, if we're being completely honest with you. But that is normally my go-to, so we'll try and raise as much money as we can. Priorities at the moment: sign a striker, 100%. Maybe bring in a lone player or two to replace some of the ones that we're letting go at. Have a look in the youth setup, see if there's any 2-star or higher players we can bring up, just as a bit of cover. Let's see where we go from there. just thought I'd bring you guys back as we are about to introduce ourselves to the squad. So let's go ahead and say hello to the boys. I want to take the opportunity to introduce myself to you as the new West Ham manager. Boom. Mark Noble. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, glad. I'm glad he's pleased. Very glad he's pleased. I'm not going to say we're going to make any promises. I am going to say we're going to make us no promises because very early on to make promises. I think we'll say mid-table or top off. We'll go mid-table. Yeah. Right. Pump the fists. One to here. See, I think we'll go to good showing. Also want to give accounts for ourselves in the FA Cup. Yeah, that's easy expectations. Yeah, that's all good. Code of conduct, I'm sure you guys aren't interested in that. It was basically half a week for the first thing, 1 week for the second thing, 2 weeks for everything else. I'm a bit strict. We'll say that one. Yeah, I think that went really well. It went very well. Happy days. Look at all of the happy faces. Look at them. Aww. Happy, happy, happy squad. Happy place, Olympic Stadium or London Stadium, whatever it's called. Yeah, all going very well so far. All going very well. No transfer things to bring you really at the moment. We have got a bunch of offers on the go. As you can see, Ryan Fredericks is potentially on his way out. We're trying to get as much money for him as possible. Same with Andrea Bellotti and same with Manuel Lanzini as well. Hopefully they will be moving on. One of the young players going out as well. We did also make an offer for... Well, it's not there anymore because he said no. We did make an offer for Andrea Bellotti, but he didn't want to come to us. Really like Andrea Bellotti in this game, but obviously not to be. We have made a loan offer for Rodrigo from Real Madrid because why not? He was there as an option to go out on loan. I thought, well, you know what? Why not? Why on earth not? So we're going to try and get him in. He will be the replacement on the right-hand side for Yarmolenko. What an upgrade that is. But he can also play on the left-hand side as well. So he could start games instead of Benrahma if we really wanted him to. So I think that could be a very good transfer. And then once we've got a bit more money, both in the transfer kitty and in the wage budget, we can make a few more moves as well. Hopefully. And we have our first signing at the club in the save. It is Rodrigo. We have brought him in on loan from Real Madrid, as we mentioned before. We are paying a pretty penny for him, and it has put us over our wage budget at the moment. But hopefully, when we get these sales going through, it will help. As you can see, he's currently 3-star potential, good enough to be a squad player, and he could improve a lot as well. I mean, I'm a bit surprised it's only a C- because these look like really positive things, but it is what it is. But we'll add him to the training camp squad. We'll get Declan Rice to give him a pat on the head as well, and we'll make sure that he is in and around the team. There we go. Rodrigo, he can go in for Thierry Neves, who I think is going out on loan, and we can actually put him straight into the team. Jared Bowen picked up a knock in the last friendly, so we'll get him in, get him playing some football straight away, and hopefully he can be something of a bit of a superstar for us. We'll put him on to being... He can play better as a winger, actually. So let's whack him as a winger on this side. Because even as a winger, he'll cut inside and do some stuff for us. But he can play, crucially, up front as well. Not necessarily fantastically, but he can play there. So we at least have someone who can play as a striker now. But, again, we're still looking for that person who can come in and actually play as a striker to a decent level. So, we have had a couple of setbacks on some of the players we were trying to sell. Yarmolenko snubbed Sampdoria. It was only 2 million, but still a little bit frustrating. And then the same thing happened with Lanzini as well. He snubbed a £7 million offer for us from Olympic Lyon. Wouldn't agree a contract there. The one plus point is, however, we have had more offers for Yarmolenko in, actually higher than the offers that we originally had in for him. So we have counter-offered some of these, and we have accepted the 2.8 millions because it is over his transfer value. And we have sold Ryan Fredericks. That deal has gone through, so we have got 5 million in. We have got his wage off of the books as well. And then we have put, as I said, Yarmolenko's gone out, Lanzini's gone out as well. So fingers crossed we can move those guys on. No offers have been made for any other players yet. I want to get these sales out the door to see what money we have left before we actually go ahead and make any other moves. But they're making life really difficult for me at the moment, some of these players. They really are. Finally, some good news in the transfers front. We have signed Amina Gouiri. I know it says he's a winger, but we're going to be using him as a striker. This lad, I think, looks very, very good indeed. Now, if you saw my Twitch save Aston Villa in FM21, you'll know all about this guy. We signed him in Season 2, and he was an absolute superstar for us up front. We've signed him initially to be competition for Mikel Antonio, but I have a feeling he's going to overtake him probably at some point very, very soon. Can play out on that left-hand side as well, and we could train him to play on the right if we really needed him to, but he is going to be up there, I think, and hopefully he'll do a very, very good job for us there. And we are also in the middle of attempting to sign another Aston Villa legend from that save, Ianis Hadji, and we might very well have that deal sorted. Doesn't quite look as good on paper. We would be playing him in the attacking midfield position, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think he'd still do a very good job for us. We're going to try and get him in, and hopefully he'll do as good a job for us as he did in the Villa save. But he isn't the quickest player in the world, but I'm mainly buying him for these set pieces. Great crossing, great finishing from free kicks, good finishing in general, good long shots, passing's good. Vision's not that great, but we won't be playing him as a playmaker. He'll be there just to pass the ball to someone, have a long shot, and take some set pieces. I think he could be a very good player if we do end up getting him. We did also have a quick scout of Origi and Iheanacho, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think we're good with Amina Gouiri. He will in fact go straight into the squad if we can find him. There he is. Technically he's on loan, but he is also with a deal to sign him next season for a fee. I can't remember what that fee is. I think it's 12.5 million with some add-ons, but I'm willing to pay that if he does a good job for us. In fact, do you know what? Pop him straight in. Pop him straight in. He'll play as an advanced forward for us instead of as a pressing forward. I'm sure he'll do a good job there for us as well. But as signings go, I'm pretty happy with that one. Happy days. And just like that, we have our first proper permanent signing of the save. It is Ianis Hadji. We have brought him in. I'm not going to lie, this is mostly sentimental value because of how good he was for me in FM21. But I do think if he gets to this potential, which I think he will do, he will be a very special player for us. I mean, physicals and mentals, I will admit, are not the highest, but look at those technicals. Some of his ability on dead ball situations just warrants him being here. We play him as an attacking midfielder. I think he will do a very, very good job for us. At least I hope he does, because otherwise, £14 million that we've completely and utterly wasted. And finally, after trying, we finally got a few players actually out of the door. Manuel Lanzini has just left. He's actually, well, I say just left. He's accepted a loan offer to River. I'm assuming that's River Plate. Yeah, Club Atletico River Plate. Yeah, he's just accepted that. So hopefully, well, we've just accepted it. So hopefully he will accept it and go out on loan. But in terms of players going out as well, we finally got rid of Yarmolenko as well. I don't know if I showed you that one. £2.8 million into the kitty, which means our finances are actually pretty decent at the moment. We've still got 5 million, well, 5.5 million in the transfer budget, and we've still got about 100,000 just over of wage budget if we wanted to bring anyone else in, which does mean the squad is currently looking like this. So we have got, I would say, a relatively strong starting 11. Now, that's not to say this is our starting 11. Pablo Fornals would probably be in the midfield, and we'd probably have either Vlasic or Ben Rama playing out wide. It would probably be Vlasic at the moment, actually, because I think he's in better form than Ben Rama. But that would probably be the strongest 11. I'm just going to put that back just because I was having these guys around for the last friendly. But I think we're going to leave the episode there. I wanted to introduce you guys to the squad, show you some of the transfers we did as well. I was going to show you the process of making a transfer, what I do, and I haven't done that. I've just realised, so still got 5 million in the bank. I still might try and make one. I mean, the club seem to be obsessed with signing a new centre back, so maybe we'll try and move on either Dawson or Ogbonna. Maybe Ogbonna. And then we might try and bring a new centre back in, and I'll go through that process with you guys as well. But we're going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager 2022 awesomeness. There's a lot of twos in there, my words. But until next time, I'll see you again. Take care and bye-bye for now.